Oh, hello again. Okay, so I just talked about Dolittle. I was less than enthusiastic. I'm now going to review a film that's been out for a few weeks now, and that is The Personal History of David Copperfield. And I absolutely love this film. It is a joy, an absolute cinematic joy. And here's why. It's a great story. I'm not a reader of Dickens, so I didn't really know the story of David Copperfield, if I'm honest. But it's a fantastic story. The lead is played by Dev Patel, so he is David Copperfield, and he is so charming, so charismatic, so. Oh man, I mean, I've always liked Dev Patel. I never saw Skins, wasn't my vibe. Obviously, I know he was in it, Nicholas Hoult was in it, so it's spawned some decent talent who've gone on to have good careers the way I'd like things back. Um, so yeah, I wonder if I moved this thing, that would help. Ah, look at that, slightly better. Um, yeah, Dev Patel. Didn't watch Skins. Have seen him in lots of other things though. I've seen him obviously in Slumdog Millionaire. He was amazing. He played Neil in The Newsroom, which was Aaron Sorkin's most recent TV show, which is superb and you should definitely see it. There's 3 seasons and then there's no more, but it's joyous and you should watch it. Dev Patel. Um, Oh man, there is something about him and something about his face. And I just mentioned when I was talking about Dolittle, I mentioned Charlie Chaplin. He does so much with his face and his expression and his eyes. And I know he's an actor and I know that's what they do. I'm not thick, but there is something so wonderful about that guy's face and what he can do with it. And he just conveys so much without words. But when he does speak, it's beautiful. He's got such a lovely speaking voice and he's so eloquent, and the language is just a joy for somebody like me who loves words. It's so beautifully written. It's directed by Armando Iannucci, who's responsible for things like The Thick of It and other stuff that's gone completely out of my head. He's partly responsible for creating Alan Partridge, or he did create Alan Partridge. Yeah, can't think of anything else he's done. Feel a bit of a thicko, but he's well known for his satirical programs and just for brilliant television. And now he's written and directed this, although it's not his first film. I know it's not. You don't even know where to start with the rest of the cast. I've mentioned Dev Patel, but this film also has Peter Capaldi, Hugh Laurie, Tilda Swinton, Gwendolyn Christie. It has Benedict Wong, Paul Whitehouse. That's just off the top of my head. Like, this film is nuts. And one of the things that's been talked about, and it's kind of like I don't want to talk about it, but I am going to talk about it because we shouldn't talk about it, but it is a thing, is the casting. I think the term is colourblind casting, as in they had a part to cast, they called in all the actors who wanted the role and they auditioned them, and the best man or woman got the job, irrespective of the colour of their skin. And it's wonderful because it's not about that. It doesn't matter that, just that it just doesn't matter. I mean, you can't help but notice it because Benedict Wong plays Mr. Wickfield, and the actress who plays his daughter Agnes, so Benedict Wong is obviously British and Chinese, and then the actress who plays his daughter, whose name escapes me unfortunately, is black. But who cares? Because they're both perfect for the roles. Oh man, I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was so colourful. It's whimsical. It's really funny. It's just got such a lovely spirit about it, and you go on this real journey with David from childhood to through poverty, through making a name for himself, back to poverty, and it is a real adventure and a real story that's being told, and it's just an absolute, have I mentioned it's a joy? It's a joy. It really is. I look forward to seeing it again. That's how good it was. Also, random, for me anyway, probably nobody else in the audience recognised her, but Brona Gallagher, who is in The Commitments, who's one of the backing singers who plays Bernie in The Commitments, played Mrs. Micawber, Peter Capaldi's wife. And I was like, oh my God, it's Bernie from The Commitments, who weirdly also appears at the beginning of, I think, The Phantom Menace, in a space cruiser thing when Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon sneak into the... Yeah, I've lost you because I'm talking about The Phantom Menace, and if you're a Star Wars fan, you don't like it, and if you're not a Star Wars fan, then you've probably never seen it. But yeah, it was just random for me to see her pop up. But everybody's perfect for their roles. As I say, it's so beautifully shot, colourful. Oh, just glorious. Absolutely wonderful. And more colourblind casting, please. Let's just have more of it. Let's just put the best person in the role and not care about what colour their skin is or where they might have originated from. It was wonderful. It really, really was. I absolutely urge people to see it. Like I say, I'm not a fan of Dickens. I've never read any of his work. I only know the obvious ones, the classics, the big hitters, but I've never read them. And this was a joy. This almost made me, I can't believe I've just said joy again, but this almost made me want to read David Copperfield, but I probably won't, because I've just seen the film and the film was cracking. I know it's a terrible thing to say, but I'm not much for reading classic novels. I'm not a moron. I can read. I love reading. I just don't like reading hefty classics. Sue me. I think I'm done. Oh, I'm now going to cough. Hang on. It's coronavirus. It's not coronavirus. It's a terrible thing to say. Lots of people have died. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to get out the car before it blows away. I don't feel like this has been my most articulate review, but there we are. David Copperfield, massive thumbs up. Absolutely loved it. Dev Patel is wonderful. Everyone else in it is wonderful. It's very, very funny, and you should definitely go and see it. End of. Katie out.